That was Sala and Snowbird Bento. I think they were spectacular, and if you have never been to Hawaii, this is the first taste of Hawaii. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Welcome and aloha. I'm Tamara Albertini, Chair and Professor of Philosophy here at the University of Hawaii at Mānoa. I'm also one of the co-directors. It feels wonderful to finally be able to say these words to all of you. Welcome and aloha. Until now, it was just 2 years on email. And now I can greet you for the opening of the 12th East-West Philosophers Conference. As you may have noticed, this year we celebrate 85 years of excellence. To commemorate the now legendary beginning, and I'm not exaggerating, of our conference series, our first plenary session tomorrow will be dedicated to T.D. Suzuki. He was among the 8 invitees in 1939 who stayed here to learn from each other for 6 weeks. So if you think 7 days, 8 days is long, think again, 6 weeks. That took dedication and the will to break the mold that determined only the West has philosophy. Let me tell you, actually I don't have to tell you that, you know that already. No one owns philosophy. No one owns philosophy. It is everywhere where there is thoughtfulness and critical self-reflection. Many of you undertook long journeys to come to Hawaii. While our beautiful island may be part of the allure, I believe we are all here because we are committed to intercultural dialogue and the transformative experience that comes with listening to the many cultural and philosophical perspectives we all bring to this conference. The 12th East-West Philosophers Conference focuses on a theme of global urgency, trauma and healing. As philosophers, we painfully document and reflect on the brutality and despair faced by much of the world population. However, we also strive to promote the healing power that arises from calm reflection, objectivity, and dialogue. Comparative philosophy, pioneered by the UH Department of Philosophy right here at UH in the 1930s, is particularly suited to this task. Recently, UNESCO recognized comparative philosophy to foster tolerance and world peace. As a result, UNESCO is sponsoring 2 major symposia on Greek, Chinese, and Islamic philosophy this summer, one in China and one at the World Congress in Rome. Women, let's talk about women. We went from an inaugural conference in 1939 in which the women present were the spouses of invited speakers, to conferences with growing participation of women philosophers. Look around. Look around. I see women of different generations, from graduate students to distinguished professors, all talented, creative, and highly accomplished. There is even a woman who is currently co-director. Truth be told, there was a woman before me in that capacity, Marietta Stepanians, professor at the Russian Academy of Sciences in Moscow, who is sending her greetings to all participants, especially to the one sitting right here in the front, Roger Ames. It is time that I acknowledge my co-directors. Peter Hershog, make yourselves visibly present. Roger does not really need a special introduction, but I'll say a few things nevertheless. He has been overseeing the East-West Philosophers Conference since, I believe, 1989, either as the official or unofficial director. After an illustrious career here at the University of Hawaii at Mānoa, he transitioned to a second career at Peking University, where he serves as the Humanities Chair Professor. In Beijing, he's also academic director at the prestigious Berggruen China Center. Peter Hershog, right there, represents the East-West Center, where he leads the Asian Studies Development Program. For the past 20 years or so, he has been instrumental in supporting the East-West Philosophers Conference. Additionally, Peter is a scholar and a respected expert on Buddhism. And he's also an alumnus of our program. I'd like to thank both Roger and Peter for sharing their experience with me and helping shape our conference. Let's put our hands together in appreciation. Believe it or not, we have here with us two participants who were present at the East-West Philosophers Conference in 1964. Professor Changying Cheng. Changying, where are you? Somewhere there. And Professor Ashok Malhotra. Of course, Ashok was just a student in those days. And you will be getting both legs for having lasted this long. Who says philosophy is bad for you? Another participant from the early days, Professor Beatrice Yamazaki, is also on the island. She was the first woman hired in the Department of Philosophy and is now approaching the age of 100, making her understandably a bit frail. So she was not able to come, but she loved the invitation. And for the fun of it, let's recognize some more early participants. Who was here in 1969? Well, of course, Roger Ames. No one. Okay, let's try the next one. This should be easier. How about 1989? Hands up. 1989. Yes. Okay. All right. 1995. Yeah. It's getting more. 2000. Yeah, actually me too. 2005. 2011. 2016. Getting better. It's wonderful that so many come back. In conclusion, while Roger, Peter, the entire team at the Department of Philosophy, and I may formally be your hosts for the next 7 days, we also feel that we are your guests. Being a host and being a guest are not separate actions. The host is a guest, and the guest is a host. The two words are etymologically related for a reason. Hospitality is a reciprocal relationship. So thank you all for accepting us as your guests. It is time to give our attention to our dignitaries, starting with the Honorable Josh Green, Governor of the State of Hawaii. I had the pleasure of meeting him when he was still the Lieutenant Governor during the pandemic, the worst period. Trust me, he was the only one who understood what was happening. So, of course, it may just have helped that he's also a physician. Thank you for coming to our conference.